Hello and welcome back to my website building series. In the last episode we installed WordPress and we got the actual site running and ready to go. But one crucial stage that you need to do before you actually start adding bits to the website and doing your design is you need to plan it out. If you do this before you start designing, it saves so much time as it means you're not going back and forth during the design process. A well planned out website not only looks better but also converts more. This is because you can have a good idea on what the customers must be doing when they're on your website, therefore being able to guide them through the process as easy as possible. So let's get started into how to plan out your website. So before you jump into your design, it's really important to know what you're building and why. Planning helps you stay organised and save time later. Make sure visitors can see what they need to see and avoid endless redesigns or cluttered menus. So let's get started on planning out the pages for my website. So to plan out my pages, I'm using a website called Gloomaps. What this is basically an online platform where you can plan out what pages there are going to be on your website and what you're going to include really. However, to be completely honest, you can just do this with pen and paper. So the first thing to do is to start out with deciding what your core pages are. So for example, my website, obviously we've got the home. Going to do a About Us page just to explain who we are and what the business is. Include a service page, a gallery as well, just to show previous work, because that acts as sort of social proof. Reviews again to tie into that social proof, and then contact. I'm gonna add a contact page on there, and that's the most important one besides the home page. And then under here, under services, I've decided I'm gonna add a drop down with some sub pages on. So I'm gonna do emergency plumbing, boiler instructions and repairs, so add a sub page, and you see here you literally just highlight over it and click sub page, and then bathroom fitting. For now I'm going to keep it simple, but you can do as many sub pages as you want. And from here you can see obviously now I've got a main structure. So from there, once you've chosen your pages, think about the flow. How do you want people to move through your website? Ask yourself the following things. What is the first thing you want them to use? What do I want them to do next? And how can I make it effortless for them to take the next step? This helps you avoid dead ends. For example, your home page should naturally lead to your services pages, and your services pages should guide you towards contact or booking. Okay, so now let's actually plan what's going on each page. Okay, so now let's look at what can go on each page. So when you're on this Gloomaps, what I do is tend to color the actual pages. So all you do is you click on this settings properties up here, and then you can change the background color. So I'll make it slightly different for sub pages compared to the red for the main pages. And then now, so say for example, I want to add some information, plan out the home page, I just add a sub page, and then I want, for example, I want the headline maybe to be a clear statement. So trusted local plumbers in Bedford. From there, you can go down and you can add what headings you want to include maybe. So subheadings here. And this really should be used to planning stuff out, to be honest. And to be honest, you can include as much or as little information as you want. So you can see here, I've put down the goal of each page, maybe a bit of information like intro paragraphs, and then a rough structure leading on to what the CTA or where I want to send them next. So once you've got that, so again, this linking back to what I said at the start of the video, this bit is just really important for you to get your head around how the site is going to be structured and sort of get a plan really for moving forward when you are actually going into design. So now you've got a clear website plan, the next stage is to start the website and start blocking stuff out. So in the next video, I'll show you how to create a page, starting off with a home page, and how to add a design or use a template to sort of block out initial elements where you can go on from. So if you found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button and push notifications on so you don't miss the next video. Also leave a comment if you're building your website as well, as I'd love to hear what sort of websites you're building. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next episode.